Hello and welcome back to Secret Rare, the Pokemon podcast. This week we're talking Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, the EUIC, and some of your Pokemon questions. I'm joined as always by Nathan Ellingsworth and Tom Ryan-Smith. Tom, you were in the United States of America. How was it?
It was bloody lovely. You know what? It was sunny. It was great. I had a fantastic
It was sunny.
time.
It was sunny down in that San Francisco.
It was lovely. And I came back into raining, so I was right sad. But I came back in those Pokemon cards, so I opened them. So that was nice.
Did you look for any cards when you were over there? Because when I was in LA recently, I had a look and it was very basic. It was those you know how that combined powers box that has like Magneton and Gardevoir that's like $1 billion. There was loads of them, but nothing much else.
I didn't have much time, to be honest. It was very much a 4-day fly out there, do everything I needed to do, and then get back. I went into one shop that may have sold some Pokemon cards, but I didn't even get to look then. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to get something to bring back, something Pokemon and tactile, but it just never happened. Sad times.
Yeah. You know, I'm actually a liar. I say that, but I went into that Bleeker's card shop in LA, and that's when I got the Japanese Snom, my baby boy, my good little Snom lad.
Is that related to the questions later?
Oh, it might be actually.
Oh,
that's a good point. Although I feel like Snom's a bit of a fan favorite these days. The one, the only Pokemon's favorite son, Nathan Ellingsworth, is here. How are you?
I'm very, very good, thank you. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so apologies if I'm doing any tickly coughs. I'm trying my best.
It's all that hardcore drugs you do on your off season, isn't it?
To be fair, yeah, it's always the night before podcasting as well. I need to swap those days around, really, and do it the day after. Give me a week to recover.
I have swerved both of you boys because we are not starting on Pokemon stuff. We are starting on Magic the Gathering in this Pokemon podcast.
This feels weird.
This is dirty. I don't like it.
I was very kindly sent the new Fallout Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh,
I know. And this is just to point out, this isn't a qualitative. Well, it's kind of a qualitative thing. Look at their equivalent to like a full art. Like how that shine is very, very clean. The cards
that's
feel
pretty cool. I'll give them that.
The cards feel very, very. They feel like Japanese secret rares. Oh, podcast shout out, pick on
hey.
But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, these are cool. Have a look online, and some of these booster packs go for like 50 quid, and they're brand new. It's like, oh, I'm so glad I'm a Pokemon boy, where I can go round the corner and get a pack of Temporal Forces for like £3.
Yeah,
great stuff. Right, speaking of, let's kick it off. Temporal Forces, new set, the Tempura Forces, the set that launched the Secret Rare podcast. I have yet to indulge. I will be getting, I think I'll buy an ETB when I go to EUIC, just as like a little thing. Although with the price of ETBs these days, do I pay 50 quid at the Pokemon Center or do I pay 38 quid at Zavi? It's hard to know.
Depends if you want them extra packs. Yeah, if you want the extra packs in the promo.
Oh, that's a good point. Do we think they'll have the Pokemon Center versions physically?
Yes, I do believe.
They did it Worlds, but that's a long time ago now.
They did in Worlds last year as well, from memory. So I think they probably should do. Because it is a Pokemon Center.
It is a Pokemon Center. Anyway, you two have opened some packs. Nathan, kick us off. How did you get on with Temporal Forces?
Do you know what? I've got infamously bad luck with my card pulls. I did better with this one, so I'm very grateful. So I'm gonna run through some crackers. Not that one. I've got this lovely Corodon EX.
Lovely.
It's very, very
that is
nice.
What, the 50th Corodon EX of the Scarlet and Violet.
Put it in a sleeve.
But what I will after this, I wanted to show them off. I got this. This is a nice one. Yep. Iron Leaves EX.
Oh, hell yeah!
Lovely.
Good
nice
card.
One. Yeah.
Big fan.
My favorite surprise one is this Secret Art Shiftry, which is gorgeous.
Oh, that's a cool card.
Then I did pull one card from the set I really wanted to pull, and that was, I will sleeve this in a minute, I promise, Morty's Conviction, the full art one. It's gorgeous.
Oh, the Gengar. Lovely.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's lovely.
Beautiful.
I really wanted to get Raging Bolt, that full art one, but sadly not. Another time.
That's pretty good. I'm
happy with that. Yeah.
Gengar is pretty pretty well sought after. As far as I'm aware, the Iron Crown Secret Illustration Rare is the most valuable card in the set thus far.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one and Iron Leaves for some reason, and then Gouging Fire is about third. Then Raging Bolt, and then a couple of the secret, the A-Specs as well are sort of hitting the top 10 at the moment. Mortis Conviction
I wonder
is
about the
hovering around.
A-Specs. Is it because the A-Specs are playable? Like, what's the situation with those?
I think it's just novelty at the moment. I think it's just the fact we've got them back. I think when the market actually settles, they'll go right down, and some of the other secret arts will go right up. But at the moment, they're in high demand.
Like I've got an A-Spec here.
The black and white series. Oh, back in my day, an A-Spec was like one a booster box.
But no, like I've got an A-Specs here, and it's like this Pokemon, the card, whoever attached this Pokemon card to, it gets 100 HP. That seems OP as hell.
Oh, that is OP. Can you only run one per deck? What's the restrictions on that?
You know what? I don't actually know. I've not checked. You can only have. You can't have more than one A-Spec in your deck.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So you've got to imagine that people are building decks to get that A-Spec on their
100%.
ace Pokemon as fast as possible and then just try and wipe. But I'm sure there will come soon enough a card that has a Pokemon ability that's like any Pokemon with an A-Spec card can't do damage or anything to this Pokemon, just to kind of balance that out.
Definitely.
So,
At the moment,
Tom,
though,
how have you got on so
of,
far with... No, go ahead, Nathan.
All I was going to say is I think that the current meta is there's going to be loads of item grabbing cards. There's going to be loads of like the item catchers and what's her name? I think Iono is an item catching card, but like the loads of those are going to be in high demand now with the A-Specs. So it'd be interesting to see, especially EYC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Are they legal for EIC?
Well, they've just had rotation, right? So yeah, they should be, I assume.
Yeah.
That's Mew's dead. R.I.P. Mew. Is it Mew?
Mew VMAX.
No. I love that. I love this sort of like how it's just going to change everything, getting rid of some iconic cards like that, which has just been like such
It's
a
good
staple.
though. It's good to shake it all up. Mew VMAX was getting a bit stale.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree. Oh, yeah. So,
Tom, your temporal forces so far?
Well, can I make you very jealous?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Nah, I got the normal Raging Bolt.
Oh, that's still pretty good.
Nice.
I like that one.
Yeah. And then I also, I kind of mentioned the A-Spec. So I got I bought one ETB. But the holo on it is so cool, right?
Yeah, it looks really cool. Nice. Yeah.
Like, I'm a big fan of that. It's even better out of the sleeve, but I'm not a maniac. And then I got this, I can't say the word. Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking is the hardest card name to say I've ever seen.
That's a cool
That's a nice one.
Yeah,
we're cycling.
cool.
I like that we're cycling into, like, we get to this point in the mid part of like a life cycle of a game. It's like, let's just get random characters on our trainers. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I like the set. I'm more interested in kind of collecting more of it now that I've seen Twilight Masquerade, and it's not doing a lot for me personally. So it's like I'm actually okay if we want to go back here. Pokemon Company's also released a lot of illustrations for this set without the text on it. So if you go to PokeCA_R_life on Instagram, it's a Japanese account, and they post really high quality images of card art without the text. However, they still have the borders.
Oh, it's so
around
annoying. It's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't mind the grey border around the outside because that's the Pokemon card, but don't have the space where the name would go and like where the text at the bottom would be. It's just so absurd. Like, I get it. You want to keep that artwork clean so you can have it internally and always make it a thing that matters to one day release for a price. I don't know. Like, the artist maybe owns the false thing. God knows, but it's just such a surreal. It's
astonishingly annoying that they do that.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it.
There must be some legal reason why. Otherwise, they would just release it. Because like, you have like a card art that's on mats and stuff every so often, right? No, you don't.
Yeah, especially because we know that these cards are derived from absolutely huge PNG files. Like, they showed a few years ago how the cards get made, and the files are absolutely enormous. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a stylistic thing that the Pokemon Company wants for modern cards, because they have a lot of art of old cards that is just the box. So for full arts, maybe they're like, oh, we kind of want it to still be in the format of a Pokemon card. But anyway, that Instagram is an absolute must follow. You'll lose hours just scrolling through that stuff.
Throw it in a little secret chat.
I certainly will. Nathan will have 15 articles about it tomorrow, and he'll just completely blow up our spot. No, wait, someone will have to notice it on Reddit first, and then Nathan will have 15 articles about it.
To be fair, as soon as you put it in our chat, Nathan's then going to put the Deserto link in after you put it into our chat, because he's already written about it. He's waiting for you to mention it, and he's already written it now.
Not this time, all right? You beat me to it.
Junichi Masuda will be on stage announcing Gen 10, and Nathan will just put in the Discord, in the secret chat, will just be like, no one quoted us.
Nathan was sat in the audience going, excuse me, already done this.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, good stuff. Speaking of Twilight Masquerade, the next set, which will focus on Ogerpon and the gang, has been revealed, and most of the Japanese cards have been shown, so we can kind of look through them. Ogerpon was always going to be a difficult Pokemon to deal with in the TCG, not just mechanically, but art-wise. So they've basically just given an entire set over to him. He gets 4 EXs, and another EX slot is filled with Blood Moon Ursaluna. And yeah, I think that unless our English set gets some art rares that are not currently released, not to say that the art rares aren't already good, because some of them are great. That Eevee card is probably going to be worth £1 million.
Isn't the Eevee the promo? I think the Eevee is the box promo.
Oh, is it? Okay, if that's the case, then this set is even more clapped. I think this is the weakest Scarlet and Violet set so far, personally, in my opinion. Tom, what do you think of it?
I think we're in that mid zone now. Like, we're just there. Like, I think there was that kind of lull.
We're in the Silver Tempest zone.
Yeah.
You're going to get packs of Twilight Masquerade and all this crap product for the next, 3 years.
It's what they do, though. Like, it'll get exciting at the end of this year again. And then next year it'll be exciting again, because it's sort of be like the celebrations will come for this generation. But the first year was cool. The middle's going to suck. And then whatever the special set, that might not suck. That probably will be second somewhere than the end of the year. But yeah, we're sort of in that. I don't know if the right phrase, but the sort of the actual competitive era of the TCG. Like, it's now releasing stuff that the people want to play with, and not just the collectors. So like, you kind of sit there. It's
for the hardcore people, not the people that want pretty cards.
Yeah, they had 1-5
thoughts. Yeah, we have been eating good. I think the Scarlet. I've said that a few times. The Scarlet and Violet era is fantastic, but I just don't like this set. Nathan, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a couple of cards I'm interested in. Like we were talking about it earlier. The Growlithe and the Perrin ones are really cool. I really like the Pinsir for art. There's a cool. Is that Fiona or Manaphy? I think that's specifically Fiona. The
It's Fiona because Manaphy already has a card. An art rare card, I believe.
Yeah, I really like the secret illustration Greninja. I think that's awesome, and I do like the Ursaluna that's like eating the honey as well. But other than that, this set kind of feels few and far between. This wouldn't be one I kind of want to dive into. I'm probably more likely to just buy singles from this one. Like, I'm not wowed by it. There's a few bits I really like, but like, yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way. This feels a bit like filler. This seems a bit like, all right, we can't really do the next thing for a while, so here you go. Here's Ursaluna.
I wonder if something's going to get packed in with this, because I'm just looking now. It's like a 66 card main set. That's
what's
wildly
the
small.
set after this one? Is it the Stellar one?
Stellar Miracle.
Are we going to combine these?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Do we think Twilight Masquerade combines them both? Because that's way too small for a modern English set.
Yeah,
no, I think Stellar Miracle is not expected until June, July. So that's probably going to be an August set.
Unless this is our catch up. Maybe like this is where we sort of finally catch up with Japan.
Hang on, which one's Mask of Change? Mask of Change is the Japanese version of this. There was also Cyber Judge was the one that became Temporal Forces.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think, yeah, it's a bit of a slim set, probably.
I'm gonna look to see if there's a set in between, because they wouldn't release a 66 card set unless they just release. So I think this maybe happened with Obsidian Flames or some other set where we just get tons of cards before Japan and they catch up in their equivalent of Stellar, or they get like an interim release. But Yeah, it's a wee bit. It's a little bit slim. Obviously, they need to catch up with the Pokemon that have been added to the game, but
God, Ross will be watching this screaming if Ross listens to this.
I know
exactly what's going on.
So but, there's an expansion called Night Wanderer coming out in June, but isn't Twilight Masquerade out
Night
before
Wanderer,
that?
that was it, yeah.
So, but isn't Twilight Masquerade out before that for us? So maybe it's a case of Twilight Masquerade for us has Night Wanderer cards in English, and then they catch up. I bet you that is actually what happens.
Because presumably we're going to get stuff like Hydrapple and some of the other like new Pokemon from
Archaludon and stuff.
Yeah, that we haven't had yet. Because now we've had the rest of the Paradox Mons. There's not a lot left, really.
Yeah, it would just be non-Scarlet and Violet Pokemon. I mean, that's fine. I feel it's not going to happen because it just doesn't work with the numbers. But I mean, you're going to probably have over 50% of all Pokemon having an art rare by the end of this era. So if they just want to fill sets with that, get a Cubone art rare, for the love of God. A Cubone art rare would do amazingly well.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Even if it's just a reimagining of the jungle artwork, like they could do it so brilliantly. But yeah, it's a fine set. Not looking forward to it. You can get booster boxes of Twilight Masquerade for £95 already. So,
jeez. Yeah. I mean, I will say the Applin is nice. It's a really nice card.
Yeah. The art rares are great. That's the thing. Even in the worst Pokemon card sets, the art rares are absolutely fire.
The Cramorant is really cool. Like,
yeah, I don't like Infernape as a Pokemon, but that art is so cool. It looks so un-Pokemon like. Enamorous, just no thanks. Enamorous could be deleted from canon, and I would have no.
That artwork is also not good. I don't know. I feel bad saying that. Yeah, I don't like
it's not
that
doing
card.
It for me.
Yeah, it looks like what's that game called? Cuphead artwork. Also, it looks like a Cuphead boss.
It looks like a Cartoon Network cartoon.
Cool,
yeah,
that's a cool Sinistra though as well. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Is that Pinsir artwork the same one who did the? Oh no, it's not. I was wondering if it was the same person who did the Mew from Party and Fates, but it's not.
It's very similar though.
Good shot.
Similar artwork. When I first looked at it, I thought, but no, it's not.
No.
Look at us having a very sincere conversation about Pokemon and not straying into horrible jokes.
Nothing yet, but I've got
some personally. Yeah, so Twilight Masquerade, we'll see. We'll report back on Morton Poro Forces when I've had a shot of it after EUIC. Speaking of, that's next week. The European Championships will be paired with a Pokemon Center. I believe the current plan is for all of us to be there at some point, but for not one point will we all be there together.
No.
Is that how it's working out?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Wait, so what's the issue with... So you two aren't going to be there at the same time, then?
No, I'm going to be there on the Thursday.
Yeah, I don't think I can go down until... I think I'm going to go down Saturday, Sunday.
Like, it doesn't start on... It starts on Friday, right?
The center starts on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So. Right.
But it's... We're terrible at organising things.
I can't get the time off work. I can't go to Tom East and just be like,
that's your work. Go to Tom East and say, I am Mr. Pokemon.
Buy a Charizard. Like, yeah. I've got nothing to write about on that day.
Look, I know for a fact, because they're probably monitoring what we say, because they probably should. People high up in the Pokemon company are aware of this podcast, okay?
Oh, I know.
That's terrifying.
What if they just took the three of us to Worlds and we performed the podcast live? We're completely family friendly.
Oh my God. I can do family friendly. I used to do radio.
Anything bad.
I love the idea they take us out, us three, under Secret Rare, and not the outlets that we actually work for that get.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
Maybe they get us to cast, like, I don't know, the D games, like the 5-year-olds that have turned up, and for some reason we've got a team.
I would love that. And just us three kind of going, what happened? I don't know.
No,
I
can't see. I've not got my glasses on. I can't even read that.
Fucking massive Pokemon. He just twatted that one. It's like, all right, out you go.
I'm like breathing into the mic because I'm looking down at packs of cards that I'm opening. I'm like,
just the sound of like a beer can in the mic, like.
The unnamed person we were all referring to is just standing off the stage, being like, "Well, that's my career done. I'm afraid to be finished." Oh, we love you dearly. Anyway, what you, Nathan? EUIC, Pokemon Center. Here's my question for you. And I've talked to someone about this that would know because he knows absolutely everything. Why in the Christ have they not just made the Pokemon Center a permanent installation in London?
Oh my life! I know, because there's nothing in Europe. There's like nothing. I don't know.
There is massive shops in London for absolute crap. You think Pokemon couldn't sustain a shop? Like,
you're telling me we've got like 100 to 200 like sweet shops, but we can't have a Pokemon Center somewhere? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's licensing. I don't know whether it's they can't have one that's that far away from like the home,
the mothership
or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know if genuinely it will be something so weird. Because strategically, it makes sense. There should be one there, and you know we can play armchair Junichi Masuda or what we want to be like. Just put a Pokemon Center there. There must be something because you're right. Every time, how many times have they done a pop up now? This will be the 5th time in London.
Yeah, there was the first one. Then there's been Worlds, and then 2 UICs.
The first one with 8-hour queues to 12-hour queues. People get turning up at like 2 in the morning.
Every Pokemon Center has had multiple stories on VGC being like, it's been nightmarish, everything's sold out, people are fighting, they're bloodied and battered for Pikachus. Like, the demand is absolutely there. Like,
the thing is,
I always wondered,
there isn't one in the US though, is there? Like, there's not a physical.
The Nintendo World Store is in New York City, which used to be the Pokemon Center New York, and obviously there's the Nintendo shops at the 2 theme parks, but there's no dedicated Pokemon Center outside of Japan.
Honestly,
Singapore has one.
Singapore has one.
It must be something
in the Jewel.
Yeah, I do think it must be something to do with we don't want a store which represents the brand too far away from where we can control it, because they're so careful about how their brand is represented or misrepresented. And I think it must be something like that. Whereas when it's pop-up days, they can be really particular. They know exactly where it is. They know what's getting sold. Like it will be something along those lines.
It's always immaculate. Like,
I wonder if it's something as simple as the fact that they want it to be special every time it appears. They don't want it to become like, it might just be a case like as soon as you put a shop somewhere, it's not as special anymore. It just dilutes the brand.
It's like McDonald's curly fries. You know, when they do turn up, you're like, oh, I have missed it. Yeah, all right, I'm going.
I think you're onto something, Tom. I think you're onto something because like when the Pokemon Center is a once a year thing, it's like frequent enough where it's not pandemonium trying to get like, obviously we're in a privileged position where we can go in as many times as we want, but like for a normal person, for a normal person, you just have to fight through that terrible reservation website and you'll get in like at some point. But if it was here all the time, you go in a random Tuesday in February and the Pokemon Company doesn't want to see an empty Pokemon Center. Like, there's not enough like constant tourism. So but I always think if the M&M store can exist in Leicester Square, like the Pokemon Center, or even if they did like a big building where half of it's the Pokemon Center and half of it's a Nintendo World Store, like in London, I think that would do.
I think a Nintendo store makes the most sense.
Pop it in Waterloo, pop it in Piccadilly, like, you know, put it somewhere like properly like touristy foot traffic. 100%. There's a million Disney stores. There's God knows how many Lego stores. Like, these people are also very careful of their brands, and also these stores are generally busy. I don't know. It'll be something weird because they like making money. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I
mean, the business case is there. They can literally go to them and be like, every time we set up one of these shops in London, we completely sell out of several products. Like,
so. But they've got Pokemon Center online now as well, so like they don't need to pay brick and mortar rates. They just kind of have the online and then bring the store up every every year, and people just mass buy the stuff that they buy sometimes on the store.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't need to. Like,
make it a special.
Maybe there's just there's a prestige and a magic about going to a Pokemon Center
it's
that
it's
I would
Disneyland.
love. But also every time they do it and they excel, it looks incredible. Like, it's so immaculately designed and it feels so special when you're in there. Obviously, if it was there all the time, it would kind of lose that. But I'm very much looking forward to it.
Same.
I have a lifelong friend's wedding on the Friday, and
At the
she's a
Pokemon
massive
Center?
Pokemon fan. Yeah, at the Pokemon Center. Pikachu's officiating.
That's not that. Is it Captain
the-
Pikachu? Because I assume because he's a captain, he'll be ordained.
Oh yeah, it's actually on the high seas, which is good. But she's a massive Pokemon fan, so I think I'm gonna get her something from the center as a wedding present. If they have the wedding Pikachu's, I'll get them that. But that's that's an obscure plush. I don't think they've had in a while.
They've not announced
You
any
looking to
special
pick
plushes.
anything up?
Sorry, they're not announced.
Did they have? Yeah.
Like that was there?
No,
Did they
they
normally do
haven't yet.
EUIC plushes? It's only Worlds to do plushes,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
Was there
When
an
was
EUIC push?
the little Beefeater ones may have been Worlds, weren't they?
That was
Yeah, that was
Worlds, yeah,
Worlds.
it's sitting behind me.
Yeah, because
Yeah, maybe they didn't for the last EUIC, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It's just
I think
the backpack.
EUIC gets like backpack and like TCG
Oh,
merch.
the bomber-
like it gets like
They had
sleeves
the bomber
and
jackets
stuff.
as well, I think. Maybe the bomber jackets and a couple of like fashiony things, but yeah, I don't think any Pikachu.
The stuff we all walk past.
I want, especially because I'm flying this time, so it'll be kind of easy to get up the road. I think I'm going to get a couple of like some of the nice art prints if they've got them this time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
They had,
I was looking at
they
those the
had
other
nice-
day, like the Lapras print, and those ones are so
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Because I have a big white wall like in front of me here, and I'd
All
like
right,
stuff
brag.
to look at. That's not just. Well, my house is massive, right? Okay, I'm a very rich games journalist. I'm the world's only one. So
You're Jeff.
I need to kind of. Yeah, I am. I'll be seeing him soon enough. But yes,
That sounded
Pokemon
so
EIC.
It did.
Here's a challenge. Here's a challenge that I'm going to put out. All of us, we need to have one packet of Tempuro Forces on us at all times when we're at EUIC, okay? First person, or if any, come up to you and go, I listen to Secret there, you give them that pack. This is
Okay,
my
that'd be cool.
guarantee to you
I
now.
like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
If our
Alright.
one Pokemon connection does that, who listens to it, I'll be so upset.
No,
Walk in the door,
nobody
get
works
PR
for
passes.
Pokemon.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody who works for Pokemon is getting a Pokemon
No one that
pack from
can-
me.
No one that can go downstairs on their coffee break and just grab 10 booster boxes gets anything.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Which they never do.
100%.
Yeah, off for
Nathan, what on Blue Earth is Pokemon Go World of Wonders?
Pokemon World of Wonders is the new season, which has replaced Timeless Travels. And at the moment, we are in the midst of Pokemon World of Wonders Taken Over, which is the new Team Rocket event, which means a shuffle to the Giovanni, Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra Rocket Leaders lineups. And it also
Why
means
have
a
I come
change
back?
to the Shadow Pokemon. What?
Sorry, I was off Pokemon Go for so long, and I come back and it's back to those three pricks.
I'm literally writing something about the fact that those are the only bosses that Pokemon Go has, whereas Masters EX has got bosses up the absolute bum. Like,
Yeah.
it's driving me
Fair,
mad. But yeah, it's to be fair, at the moment, if you beat Giovanni, you get a Shadow Groudon, which is pretty sick, pretty nice. I'll take that. Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
fun.
And then there's next week is sizable surprises, and then we're kind of gearing up for GoFest 2024. I know,
Damn.
sizable surprises is a hell of
I'm
a
good
saying
name.
nothing. Based on who I'm probably going to run into next week, I'm saying nothing. Okay, I'm bathing.
Yeah. But yeah, then we're gearing up for GoFest 2024 being held in Senpai, Japan, Madrid, and
Wow.
New York. So Madrid will be the nearest one if you're in Europe these sort of times. And yeah, kind of excited. I might try and go to the Madrid one. We'll see. But
When
it's
is
kind of
it?
it really for the rest of the year. Early June or late May. I think they start in late May and then go into June. I should know that off by heart, but I don't. But yeah, just look for, and then Pokemon Go Fest Global will be a bit later. If it coincides with Glastonbury, I'll be fuming because there's no signal at Pilton Farm. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I will say the new graphics in Pokemon Go are so much better. Like the new catching
You're joking me. I
graphics,
thought they
the
were
world.
awful. Oh,
I love.
the backgrounds, the biomes are amazing. Have you seen the changes
Yeah.
they've made to the avatars? People are up in arms. The characters look naff.
Really, but no, like when you go into an actual like
Allegedly.
catching
I
screen,
wouldn't say that.
like, oh, I love it. Like the actual battle, the actual areas where you catch Pokemon look
Yeah.
more naturalistic and lived in. Like you can be in a cityscape and you be like in a little garden in the city, and you're like, oh, this is sick.
The backgrounds,
and I live in the hills, so I've got hills and stuff in the back.
The backgrounds now seem to pull much more from the actual data of the map, which is really cool. And also they seem to be using shaders based on the time of day. So if you go at dusk, there'll be like a really nice shadow over the Pokemon you're catching. The whole catching looks really, really nice. The community at large doesn't seem to be enjoying the changes to the avatars, and they are quite drastic changes. They seem,
I've not I can't say I'm a fan of them. I just kind of went in. Let me have a look. Get my live reaction.
So now you can customize your avatar a bit more. You can change like the height and the weight, so you can make them thin and absolutely stacked,
or
you can make them. You can make them fat with massive tits. You can do whatever you want. There's literally like a chest slider. It's great. But it's good to have that customization.
My dude still looks like an idiot.
Okay, mate. If you look online and look at some comparisons, you'll see the difference. I think it's good to have customization.
I love my guy.
He's going for it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like the customization. I do think the avatars look a bit like uncanny now. They're like a bit weird, but the community themselves have gone nuclear because they can't do anything reasonably. 100%.
Is this sort of like the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet NPC characters? Because they also kind of shifted art style with.
It's not quite as bad as that, but similar to that. Yeah. But one exciting thing. Have we got time? Have we got 5 minutes? We've got 10 minutes. We got time for me to.
I was literally just about to say to you, the floor is yours. I'm hearing a noise. Trubbish minute. It is.
Hey.
There he
so,
is.
My little lad, I also have my collection of framed Trubbishes and Garbodors as well. So, great news for Trubbish fans out there. In April, we are getting a Trubbish Spotlight Hour. So, I think it's April 21st or something, April 22nd, that Tuesday. From 6 till 7, Trubbish is going to be the focus of Spotlight Hour. It can be shiny. So for 1 hour, I'm going to be going insane. I'm going to be running around Bristol like a headless chicken. 2 phones, 3 phones, several accounts, doing everything I can. Auto catchers, whatever. I'm getting me a shiny Trubbish. I'm getting my boy. And all this, basically, me and my partner have been very excited about this. And so because of this, I was Googling Trubbish online. And I found, and I cannot believe that this exists, I found... have you heard of like Ranker? There's like weird websites that just like make up 50 things. Yeah. I found an article named The Best Nicknames for Trubbish. And there's 50 entries. There's 50 entries. Boys, I want you to either write them down or think about them. See if you can think of 3 possible nicknames for Trubbish each. And then I'm going to give you a minute, and then I'm going to go through and a quick fire go through the 50 nicknames. And if anybody gets any of them right, you get a point.
Okay, I've thought of.
Just think of 3. You could do more if you want, but I don't want to take all day doing it. I will also tweet this article afterwards because it's absolutely ridiculous. I've had so much fun.
Right, I've got my 3. Can I suggest them?
No, because I have to read it out, and then you tell me when you get a bingo.
Oh,
actually, no.
Okay.
Or no, because actually then you could just say I had that. Tell me your nicknames. That's the way to do this. Go on.
Okay,
Jordan,
my first was Trash Ketchum.
Trash
That's
Ketchum.
Good.
Great. I think you're thinking too much sense, but okay.
Okay, Frank the Trubbish,
and
Ben Boy.
Bin Boy, love that. Okay, Tom.
I've got Garbage Boy, Little Rubbish, Compost
that.
Fella, and Shitbag.
I like Compost Fella.
Amazing. Okay, so ranker.com, best nicknames for Trubbish. Here we go. I'll do this quick fire. Don't worry.
Wait a minute. We should probably set this up with this. I want to be the best there ever was to beat all the rest. Yeah, that's my cause. Go.
Rubbish, Hefty, Oscar, Vapocoron, Stinky, Hemlock, Filthy, Fang, Scum, Nerium, Smellerman, Bromine, Belladonna, Ivy, Flad, Germ, Slibine, Carbon, Ammonia, Pokerweed, Pesticide, Labby, Oleander, Bleach, Nuke, Doku, Croton, Mercury, Venom, Venin. Oh my god. That was it. That was 30. I thought it was more. That was
gotta
fantastic.
catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Makes no sense. Smellerman is possibly my favorite. Nerium. Also, number 9, Scum. What?
Oh, poor Trubbish does not deserve that whatsoever.
Deserved.
I think the nearest anybody got was you put Little Rubbish, and Rubbish was one of them.
There you go.
So
wow.
Unbelievable. What depths of the internet exist that somebody went, there you go, 30 Trubbish nicknames. Just make them up. Who cares?
Why were all ours better? That trash catching was genius.
Because a human didn't write this article, is why.
Oh, well, that was your Trubbish minute. The best one so far, I believe. I'm ranking them personally in a new book that I'm writing, and that's my favourite thus far. We asked
good, I'm glad.
the secret rare maniacs for some questions. Before we go, let's read a couple of them. I want to answer this one first because this person asked us a question to the VGC podcast, and I didn't answer it at that time because we're the wrong podcast. We just get so many questions. But Balfa Topaz asks, apparently during a trip to Portugal in 2016, Junichi Masuda and Shigeru Omori stated that the Rooster of Barcelos would make a good Pokemon. Do you think it will be added in a future game? I feel like if they were going to do a Pokemon based on Spanish folklore, they would have done it in Paldea. What do you think?
They did.
Yes.
It's Fuecoco's evolution line.
Is that based on the Rooster of Barcelos?
It's the songbird. It's the singing bird, and that's why.
Yes, of course. It's the wee Well,
they didn't do it exactly, but yeah, it's Skeledirge and Fuecoco's line. But I think that but it's got like a songbird in there. There is a songbird element. I can't remember what it is, but like that's what it is meant to be.
In all cases, the folk tale of the Rooster of Barcelos is about a dead rooster that crows to prove an accused man's innocence. A dead rooster? That sounds like ghost fire to me, brother.
Yeah, see, I think that's what it is. I think that's what Skeledirge. I'm sure Joe Merrick is in the comments right now being like, you absolute idiot. And she's probably right. But I was under the impression that's what that was based on.
I just assume he is correct. If he wanted to know my PIN number, I would tell him it. Not that he needs it. I mean, Jesus Christ. But
if I was on fire and Joe told me I wasn't, I'd believe him.
Yeah, 100%. He's like fine.
Yeah,
as well sourced. More information as we get it. Alex Hansen asks, what are each of your favourite card, and are you all attending EUIC? We are, Alex. If you're at EUIC and you see one of us, come up to us and we'll get you a packet of Tempuro Forces. Favourite individual card? Honestly, it's maybe not my absolute favourite, but it's definitely top 3. The Neo Genesis Sneasel. It's the only card I have. The only card I have slabbed. My wonderful partner got me it. It just reminds me of the Neo Genesis adverts that was on a few VHSs. I think it was for maybe the second film. I had an advert for the Neo Genesis set, and this just seemed like the coolest thing in the world. It's like a dark Pokemon card. Oh my god! So this Sneasel is very near and dear to me. Tom?
Honestly, like, I'm such a scumbag that I couldn't pick one. Like, my mentality is my favorite Pokemon card is never just because of the Pokemon card; it's the memories attached to them. So, like, I really struggle to kind of find one. Like, there's the Flop Ball, which is like the first time I left the country since COVID. So that was a big deal for me. There's the Giratina, which was the Bad Times Happy card, which I spoke about before. The Worlds card, because I went to fucking Japan and got to do Pokemon stuff. I actually just like this card. Nice. It's like
nice.
The Ishida
one of
card.
The few cards with a real human on.
Oh, is that the Ken Watanabe Snubble one, isn't it?
The Ishida.
I love that one.
I think it's just really cool. Yeah. Then there's this the one where I've got it signed by Jesse and James. I think that's just a really cool. Like, to have that is sick. Like, I love that. And then there's the Boss's Orders, which I've got signed by the guy who voices Giovanni. But also, it's the first ever Pokemon card event that I went to that got me into doing all this stuff again. This is the card that I got during the press stuff. So I was always really happy to have this. So this holds a special place, and I slabbed it and got it signed. So I'm like, big deal to me. So yeah, I had a few, and I couldn't pick one, so I just held them all out. I'm sorry.
No, I rate it. If they weren't miles away from me, I would pick up some other ones. Modern favorite card that I really love, and it's purely because the chase involved in getting it, is the secret illustration rare Iono from Paldean Evolved, just because I opened so many packs of that and I got it. And I've told this story before, but I got a booster bundle in order to get the Van Gogh Pikachu, and first 5 packs had absolutely nothing, and I was sitting talking to Laura while I was opening them, and I just went, you know what's funny, these packs have been crap, but this pack got the Iono as I opened the Iono, and I was like, I am the god of Pokemon cards, I am the master of my own destiny. So that's a great one. Nathan?
Well, I mean, honestly, because of memories and my partner, the Garbodor VMAX is one of my favorites. I'm not joking. I love it so much. I still need to get the secret art Trubbish from the most recent set. It happened a little while ago. Was it? No, it wasn't Trubbish. It was Garbodor, wasn't it? We talked about this.
Yeah.
And then because I'm a bit of a late collector, because I lost my childhood collection sadly. So then when I came back into the games, I slowly started collecting over the years. So I've only kind of just started collecting in the last few years. So a few of my favorite pulls are like the Charizard from Obsidian Flames. I really love that one, as well as the secret art Tyranitar. And then I don't know what else I've got. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But I'd say those two off the top of my head. I really like the Charizard and the Tyranitar from Obsidian Flames, and maybe Fuecoco, the secret art where he's in the trolley being pushed down.
Yep,
fantastic.
Oh my god, my heart!
Iconic card.
I love that one.
Beautiful card.
Indeed. Thank you very much for the question, Alex. And if you're at EUIC, track us down. You'll know me because I am 50 foot tall and have the baldest head on earth. But just come up to me and shout in my face. My partner would love that. Ben Edwards asks,
go on, Ben.
Is there a Pokemon everyone loves and you don't get the hype of? And what Pokemon deserves more love? A Pokemon that deserves more love and one you don't get the hype of.
I don't like Miraidon.
Okay.
I think Miraidon is so inferior to Koraidon in so many ways. And it kind of goes out to I don't really like technology, human-looking made Pokemon. So when you have like Koraidon and Miraidon next to each other, and people are like, oh my god, Miraidon. I'm like, you're on about his lights are made out of LEDs. It's not a real thing. Stop getting excited about him, you idiot. And no offense if you like Miraidon, but you're a fool. Unless you play
full offense.
Yeah, full of like obviously like it's got like competitive connotations in the TCG and stuff. But yeah, Miraidon is probably better, but still like in looks.
I think a Pokemon that I wish got more love, and it's exclusively because I really got infatuated with this Pokemon when it showed up in the movie before it was in the actual anime, is Donphan. I love Donphan.
Donphan's so good.
He's just a great looking guy. I don't think Iron Tusk and whatever the ancient version is, it's escaped the top of my head at the minute. Great Tusk. I don't count them in the family. I just like standard Fanfare Donphan. That's peak Johto to me, brother.
You prefer the original Fanfare?
Yes, exactly. The original. There's a lot of Johto Pokemon that I'm just like, Johto's such a I think gun to my head, Johto is my favorite region, just based on like we should do this as an episode, but like maybe like a ranking of regions. But I was going to say Mareep, but they merchandise the shit out of Mareep, which makes me think Mareep actually has like a huge fan base. So
I think this isn't a Pokemon I dislike, but it's a Pokemon I see so much love for, where I'm like, and to me it's Salamence. I think Metagross should have been the single pseudo-legendary of Ruby and Sapphire. And we already had Flygon as well, who is better than Salamence. Salamence is fine. It's just bog standard. It's like at the last minute, they couldn't actually go through and not put a dragon in. And someone was like, quick, make a dragon today. And they were like, all right. And like obviously, Roaring Moon is an improvement. I think Roaring Moon is better than Salamence because it's got something interesting about its design. Mega Salamence is fine, but like, oh no, you got me back?
You're back.
Yes, I just realised that I hadn't paused your upload while we were doing this, and it's actually been pretty good, which is surprising. But I have done now. Jordan, for the edit,
Okay.
it's here. This is the part. This is the part that you cut out.
All right. Okay. You want me to start again?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. Yep. So I just think Salamence is a bit overrated. I'm not huge on it. I think, like I said, Metagross is a more interesting pseudo-legendary for Ruby and Sapphire. I think Flygon is better as well. And Roaring Moon, I think, is personally better than Salamence. I just think it's a bit something and nothing. And other than that, I know they already get loads of love. Obviously, Trubbish, I think, is a Pokemon that should have more attention. But one that I would like to see a bit more love for, and I don't know if it just doesn't get it, or it does get it and I don't see it. But Cubone and Marowak are two of like the most iconic Pokemon to me. I absolutely love them. I love them so much. I feel like they could literally be like mascots for the franchise, and I feel like they get forgotten. I don't know why there isn't a Marowak evolution. I know we've got a Alolan Marowak, which is amazing, but like I'd love to see the Electivire of the Marowak line or something, or like we got
that.
or we got Galarian Meowth. I kind of wish that had been Galarian, Cubone, and Marowak instead, and Marowak had like a metal stick, and it did that sort of thing. That line is just so ready to be, expanded.
It'd be so cool. Did you know how in Kong Skull Island they have those monsters which are inspired by Cubone and Marowak? What if Pokemon reversed and got that and made that inspire Marowak's evolution? Because that'd be sick. That'd be so good.
I mean, it'd be amazing, and it'll come out sooner than that bloke's Metal Gear Solid movie.
Oh my god, that's still being made. I forgot. Also, can I say an underrated Pokemon?
Go for it.
I don't think it's underrated. It's just my favorite, and it doesn't get the hype. And it's Heracross. I just love Heracross.
Yes, Heracross.
Mega Heracross coming to Pokemon Go next week, I think, April 13th.
It's taken me 50 minutes to swear, but I will swear for Heracross every goddamn day of the week. I love Heracross.
I love that
card.
That also was definitely originally designed as an evolution of Pinsir, right? The same way like Skarmory was designed as an evolution of Fearow with the metal coat, the same way as Onyx to Steelix.
I think Heracross just looks too nice to evolve from Pinsir.
I also like that they've got beef. I like that Heracross and Pinsir just fight each other in like every single anime appearance.
That's more interesting than them being like evolutions,
Finally, Phoebe Gregor asks, what's the Pokemon you despise the most? I've got 3.
Oh, I've got 2.
Is it
Monkey Dory?
Yeah.
Pheasantipity. And how you doing? The worst. The worst trio there's ever been.
I thought
the 3 inspired by us.
Pansage. Yeah.
I don't mind that look. I think the Unova monkeys get a bad rap. They're fine. They're like
so bad. I hate them.
I don't like them.
They're like D tier Pokemon, but like the whatever they're called. What is the trio called? The bastard trio. I want them out of my game. I want them out of my game. They're the worst.
Do you know what's funny about like the Pansage thing as well? Is between like Pansage and its evolution, and then Grookey, middle one, and Rillaboom, and then Zarude. We have 6 grass monkeys. Is someone just a Beastie Boys fan and they're making a pun? I don't understand. Like we can't get enough grass monkeys.
I mean, Zarude is. We should do a list of the great forgotten Pokemon. Zarude is right in there because nobody thinks about Zarude. He's fine, but
Joe would completely disagree. Joe loves Zarude because he has the Celebi connection.
That last movie, the Zarude Secret to the Jungle, whatever, was really good. But interestingly, Zarude was back in Pokemon Go last week for the first time since 2022 as part of a paid special research ticket. So you couldn't encounter it in the game. You had to pay for a special research ticket. And it was £7.99 to get Zarude.
Only $7.99, a bargain.
I know.
A steal at any price.
That is nearly the price of Balatro. Don't pay that to get a Zarude.
Let's not talk about that game on this podcast. The game of the generation.
It's one of the first time special researchers in a while that I just went no. And I appreciate what Niantic do, and I appreciate they need to pay for the bills, they need to pay for everything. But to me, that is gross. Getting one Pokemon in particular, or
is it not even shiny?
No, it's not a shiny. The stats aren't guaranteed, and you still had other bits as part of the special research. So you had like an encounter with some of the Pokemon. It was like 1,000 Stardust or whatever. That I think that pricing is inappropriate. I'm not going to bash it completely. I know they're testing the waters of what they can do in terms of individual research tickets. But to me, I would warn consumers from buying that. As a journalist, I think that's the fairest thing I can say.
Is this the first time I've had integrity on this podcast?
I'm not into it. Well,
Sorry.
folks, you'll be glad to know it's that time of the week. I'm on the Pokemon Center looking at crap. We've got Nidorino and Gengar.
We haven't said our Pokemon. Underrated Pokemon.
Oh, neither you have. I'm not
you came with yours.
Kidding on.
Wow.
Tell me. I don't think you've got hate in your heart, Tom. Tell me what Pokemon you hate.
Oh, that's nice to know. But I do, and it's for Klefki and Honedge.
Oh, Klefki.
Oh, not Klefki.
Oh, you Kalos hating bastard! You're not getting to play Pokemon ZA. You're not allowed.
It's just a set of keys. Yeah, and there's just a few magnets stuck together as well.
Yeah.
What do you want?
So the magnet thing. Right, I agree to a point, but also I can assign some mental lore that, going back to that Pokemon Red and Blue, that they exist as some sort of like, they were normal Pokemon that somehow got into some accident at the power, what's it called? The
power plant.
The power plant, and then they kind of like formed through that, like those kind of Pokemon just kind of existed through accident and like disgusting kind of Godzilla situations, like just through power and horrificness. Whereas like Klefki, I'm like I can understand when a Pokemon can inspire something in real life. Like someone can go, oh my god, I can use that and make something out of that, and that's cool. Like Pokeballs been looking like fucking Voltorb. I'm like, yeah, I'm on board. But no one went, oh, I can open my door with that and also hold the stuff that opens my door. Like that's not a thing.
All right.
I just don't like it.
I'm not.
And Honedge is just two swords, and like, yeah, I'm not.
What? Whoa! Don't come for Honedge catching strays.
It's awful. It's just two swords. That's not a lie. I understand there's I know there's a ghost standpoint on this and stuff, where it's like a ghost inhabits the sword or whatever. But then how many ghosts are inhabiting swords out there? That's terrifying. That's dangerous.
How many Mewtwo's are there? The single Pokemon cloned from Mew. You can't go like, oh, there's so many of them. It's make-believe.
I mean, still, you can make-believe good stuff, and you can make-believe shit stuff, and bad shit.
Look,
I think we've demonstrably lowered the standard of this podcast with this Honedge and Klefki
slander.
Nathan, take us home. What Pokemon do you hate? I'm thoroughly depressed now.
I've already banged on about the Pansage, Pansear monkeys loads, so I won't go on about them too much. For me, I know there's defenders, and it's not because of the reason to begin with. I just don't like Jinx, and equally, I really don't like Mr. Mime. I've never liked Mr. Mime, and I've never liked Mr. Rhyme or whatever, Mime Junior. And do you know what?
Rhyme's awful.
I have interviewed the lovely Veronica Taylor, who voiced Ash Ketchum, asked her some of her favorite Pokemon. Mr. Mime. A few years ago, I interviewed someone who works for Niantic, one of the top ups, whose name escapes me. Asked what their favorite Pokemon was. Mr. Mime. What is this filth infecting people?
Like, I understand.
Do you ever think about how far you could kick a Mime Junior?
No. I think you could kick it further than me.
I could clear.
Yeah, you could kick it really far.
I feel I could clear like several houses with a Mime Junior.
If there was one Mime Junior, and we were like, I want to kick it for the satisfaction, I think I'd let you kick it, because I think you could kick it further.
I'd rather you did it. Yeah.
I would instruct the Mime Junior to cast Protect before I do this, because I don't want to hurt the wee guy. He's just a wee guy, but the size of him, you really could send him flying.
Do you reckon you could kick it over a pub?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, easily. That's the real quiz. And with that, we will be back when we are back. You can follow us on Twitter at Jordan Midler, at Monkey Nook, at Nate and Destroy. Until then, say goodbye, Tom.
Oh, fuck, I've not dropped anything.
Oh, yeah, get something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, say goodbye, Nathan.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Catch us at EUIC, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.